Reaction videos. Yeah, I'm doing one. We're gonna see how it goes. Probably call it something like Pro Heroclix Player reacts to Smosh Games Heroclix. One of the highest viewed Heroclix videos out there is by Smosh Games. Now, if you don't know who Smosh is, Smosh was a huge channel that was in like the late 2020s, early 2010s that came out. They decided, you know what? We're gonna do a superhero board game video and we're gonna use Heroclix. So they did this really unique thing. I've watched this a few times, it's been a while, but I thought I would react to it because I think it's really fun just to watch other people play Heroclix and see how other people play it. And we're gonna see what happens. Just so we're all clear here, the title says Pro Heroclix Player. I don't think there's such thing as a Pro Heroclix Player. I don't think that's an actual thing that you can do. I will say, however, that I do play competitive Heroclix, so I have been playing this game for about 10 years now. I've been playing competitively for about 3 or so. That's about as professional as you can really get. So, and without further ado, let's do the Avengers Infinity War, the game.
We are about to get all kinds of nerdy here today. Actually, about 3 kinds. Here on Board AF, we're doing something very special, something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. So special, we brought in Lasercorn. Hi, buddy.
Hey, what's going on?
We are playing a game? Question mark? It's called Heroclix. Now, it is a collectible. It's not a collectible card game. It's a collectible training. It's a
collectible figurine
miniature game.
Collectible miniature game.
So you go.
I would say that collectible miniature game. Yeah, they got that right on.
Patreon! That's right, we have a Patreon now. $2 and above, you can join and you get included into the Discord channel, some cool giveaways, some coaching, and also if you want to go to the highest tier, for whatever reason, you get your name twice. So make sure you check out that Patreon either up here or down in the description below to help support me if you would like. If not, well then, enjoy the video.
Characters that are only seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They will be playing as heroes, and they will be playing against me, the Dungeon Master, who will be playing as a bunch of villains.
More like Dumb Gin Master.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, normally.
All right. This is a very unique way to play Heroclix. I actually super love this. I would love to try this one day. I think it looks super fun. Having like a person be a DM for a group of people and play like all the villains during the villain's turn, and then having them go individually, but they can each only have one character. But if that character dies, they have extra characters they can swap into. I think that's really cool. I think it's a really good idea, and I love to see this, like, different ways of Heroclix being played outside of just 1v1 attacking.
This game is played, you have your own team and you fight against everyone else. I am going to be changing that a little bit. This will be more like Dungeons and Dragons, where you will be controlling one character at a time from your team, working together to fight my character. The Incredible Hulk. Incredible.
Okay, that's such a cool sculpt. The Rampaging Hulk. That one, I think it can do like Quake.
The illustrious, the dangerous, god of metal and limousines. Happy Hogan.
All right. That's good.
Okay, so Mari's
the director
I
of
think her
Iron
name.
Man?
Yeah, Mari is playing all the main
doesn't get to his
characters.
meetings, and he
doesn't get to his
meetings without Pepper Potts.
I don't know that Happy Hokins. All right,
And,
Pepper
you know,
Potts. I think these are all from that
what
Invincible
is
Iron Man
funny
set.
And who's real sad? Without his GF, Thor. I got Jane Foster.
Jane Foster from Mighty Thor.
Figures of these?
It's uncommon. I'm not too sure what that thing does. Most of the time, uncommons don't do anything
the
crazy.
Super dangerous with his one gun, Agent Coulson.
Okay, so can we go back to that real quick?
Figure. Why is he a unique?
Okay, so he's bringing up a good point. Why is he a unique figure? That usually means he does something actually pretty solid. Unique figures are figures that can't be played with multiples of that character. So if a character is unique, that means you can only play one of exactly that figure on your force. When you play Heroclix, you have, as long as there's no like limits or restrictions and the figures are not unique, you can really play as many characters as you want. So if you're playing a 300-point game and you have 10 30-point Spider-Mans, you can play with 10 30-point Spider-Mans if you would like. Although the unique mechanic also makes it so it's just like, because that figure probably does something really, really good, and having multiple of them would be a problem. So that is kind of probably what he's coming at. So that is why that figure is unique. It does something well. We'll see it eventually in the later videos. If you want to see me react to the later videos, we're gonna stick with this one for now. But we'll see what happens. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
And you know, we had to put a little magic in this world, and so we got Wong as well.
Wait, who's Wong? No one is
From
in this
Doctor
game.
Strange.
Was he the librarian?
It's kind of crazy that they don't know who Wong is. I mean, now he's just like an Avenger now, right? But this was back when Doctor Strange just came out. So like Wong was just he was just like the librarian. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
You got the librarian
Yeah.
from Doctor Strange?
Yeah, you know what? The MCU wouldn't be anything without the humans.
Mari uses late feet.
Ultimate team up.
I'm gonna start with Iron Man. Just have him fly in here.
Thank you. Please do that.
Is that Iron Man good? Let me check real quick. Iron Man and adjacent friendly characters with lower point values and the Avengers keyword can use defend. If they are named Captain America or Thor, they don't have to be adjacent or lower point value. He is 242 points. So I'm assuming that they're going to play all these figures at top dial, which means that so some characters have multiple point values. For instance, Doc Ock here, you probably can't see it, but he's got 2 different point values here, and you can play them at either one. So like one's a lower point value, and then the other one is a top point value. I'm assuming all of these are going to be top dial, which means just that they're highest points possible. I don't think there was a point cap probably installed, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Happy because, you know, since Iron Man's out here, and as long as if Happy is within 8 squares of
Glad we're
Iron
sitting
Man,
on opposite sides.
he can give him speed and range.
So since you guys have all chosen
All right,
characters,
synergy.
heroes
That's
from
really
the
nice.
MCU, I found
My youth.
Running shots, so I can move half my distance and take a range shot, and I can fall out of my chair. I'll move right over here, and I'm gonna repulsive blast Ironmonger in the face. Here we go.
all right, let's see. All right, so critical miss. Critical miss is a very popular turn in D&D, but in HeroClix, if you critical miss, you just take 1 unavoidable damage. Unavoidable damage, in general, there's 3 kinds of damage in the game. There's normal damage, penetrating damage, and then unavoidable damage. Normal damage would just be normal damage. If you have reducers or whatever, then you can reduce that damage. Penetrating damage goes through that. It's kind of like an armor piercing. So if you have like damage reducers that can reduce damage, it goes right through that unless specifically stated otherwise. And then unavoidable damage is damage that cannot be avoided. You have to take it. And so this person just took 1 damage because 1 unavoidable damage because they rolled a critical miss.
Critical fail already?
You're on brand.
Did you
Did
really?
you roll Snake Eyes? He rolled Snake Eyes.
The laser
kidding
core
me?
curse continues.
Every time we play this game, Lasercorn is infamous for just rolling Snake Eyes.
Roll.
That's a crit miss. You take 1 click of
I
damage.
did. I took my
game.
click.
Move right there.
Just happy
Oh,
helping.
What?
Wait, I have probability control.
What? No, you don't.
Can you
I
go back?
forgot I had it. I'm warming up. Come on, it was my first turn.
Typically, the HeroClix community is pretty good about doing this kind of stuff in terms of like if there is something that you need to do before you make your action. Most people are like, you can do whatever you want, take back stuff, whatever you need to do, just until dice is rolled. Once dice is rolled, and that's a final. That's kind of like like a save point, if that makes sense, like a checkpoint of just like everything that happened before that has to stay. So most people are pretty cool about that. Obviously, probability control you can't have happen until dice is rolled. So if I was playing in this game, I would obviously let this person like, hey, probability control, yeah, go ahead. You forgot you had it. And sometimes you get kind of pointed out to them too, like, hey, this person has prob, you want to use it? And like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. And also, it's very true. These people are not playing HeroClix competitively or playing it as often as like us nerds are, and so it's. Hopefully, you know, him being the DM is okay to take it back. It looks like he's cool about doing it, but just some common courtesy stuff there.
He's already,
gem.
he's already doing it.
I'm doing it. I got an 11. I hit your guy.
All right, second best roll in the game,
I
besides a critical hit, which is double sixes.
This is going quite smoothly.
Come on,
So he has
that's what
5
warm-up
damage
first turn.
on his top
What?
dial.
I'm editing.
I do 5 damage.
Wow.
Wow, the repulsor blast actually did something.
This is going
So
great.
they
for
might
you.
have rolled for impervious or whatever you call it. Does that Iron Man have Pensai? It does. Okay, so unless that character has Invincible, which is the only thing that stops penetrating damage, or unless the specific card says this character can reduce penetrating damage, he would take the full 5 there. And Psychic Penetrating Blast is a power that says when this character makes an attack with a ranged attack, all damage dealt is penetrating damage. So.
I like having Lasercorn
It's a little
on
passive
our
effect
team.
that's super good.
Don't worry, guys. We're it's in the shop.
All right, so Happy Hogan has moved into the playing field.
I like the
Oh,
custom-made
gosh.
map
I
too.
didn't
I
realize
think
that
that's really
man
cool.
was over there.
I don't care.
Yeah, you're.
But he does have running shot. With running shot, I can move half my speed, and you are 3 squares away from me with elevation. So
Oh, you're
my
shooting
range
at
is
me.
6. So I'm running back and shooting my
think that
amp
would be
gun at
legal.
you.
Nance, not the ants.
You have a gun that shoots ants. That's awesome.
So something to note that obviously you could line of sight is a very interesting thing in HeroClix. That's probably where a lot of like, I don't want to say a lot of rulings come from, but sometimes that's a point of contention for people because you're like, hey, like does this line of sight and stuff like that? Because all the maps are like 2D, right? It's all on one piece of paper, so everything in the map is just kind of like it says elevation 2. That's how you can tell it's elevation 2. So if the line of fire that's being drawn from Yellow Jacket to the Yondu, then you have to make sure there's a clear line of fire. Now, this is legal because you can do the elevated as well. However, if it does clip through anything else on the way up there in terms of like if there's another piece of elevated on the same elevation that's clipping through, or if there was like blocking terrain or something like that, he probably couldn't do that. Well, indoor blocking terrain, I should say. So, yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah. I have 17 plus 2.
You suck at this.
You're really bad at this game.
ESD, energy shield
Alright,
deflection,
so that's
gives
my
plus
first
2 to
move.
defense when
like
when
how
defending
all
against a
your
range
bad
attack.
guys
So
are
a
just a
17
bunch
became a
of
19.
They've all already died.
I'm going to attack
Take
you
your shot.
for 10 plus
4.
You like how I quoted the
Oof,
movie there? I
bad
said
roll.
take your shot, like Iron Man says to Kingpin.
So I hit you for 20.
20. I have a
Iron
defense.
Man, huh?
I don't think
of
Kingpin was
18.
in the
Wow,
MCU at
that's
that point.
you really hit me for that much? But I am invincible. So
Okay.
reduce damage taken by 2.
So actually, I think this is old Invincible. Hold on a second. This is an old powers and abilities chart from 2013, I believe. And I do think at this point, this was right before the changes that were made in Wonder Woman 80th, which after that change happened, everything kind of changed in general. But as of right now, Invincible at this point was half the damage dealt to this character is ignored. I think I like it now, which is just reduces penetrating damage, reduces damage dealt by 2. So, but this one's just, you ignore half of it. And it's always rounded in your favor.
So 1.
So 1 damage.
1 damage.
Great.
I can math.
Good
All
match.
right, that was
There we go.
my turn.
Where are rings?
We don't need rings.
I wanted
I do.
rings. You have one?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It replaced my wedding ring for a second.
What, you
I'm married to HeroClix.
Why did you have to put it on that finger?
Some people I could totally see saying that. I'm just saying. Some people are
Why
pretty.
did you just have both on?
I'm going to use leadership on Baron Zemo. If I roll a 5 or 6, I can take a counter off of one of my characters.
Only if they're adjacent. Unless that specific Baron Demo says so. The standard attack, that standard leadership power says you can do that, but they have to be of less points or share a keyword with him, and they have to be adjacent. So those 3 stipulations, it looks like Baron Zemo is out in the middle of nowhere, so this does absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. 11 attack on Rocket Raccoon.
How dare you shoot at this cute, cuddly critter?
Well, it's a trash panda.
That is a 8.
Yeah, cool. I attack for 19,
Okay, so my defenses are 17
and I hit you for 3.
for 3 damage.
Oh no.
How dare you?
Because I pushed this character, I will take a click of damage. It is now your guys'.
Pushing damage. Ah, man, I'm so glad they got rid of it. Kind of. Pushing damage, for those who don't know, was back in the day, there used to be a thing called Indomitable. There was a thing where, if you notice on some older HeroClix figures, they have the shield symbol without the slash through it. And nowadays, they all just have the slash through it. It's just like the defensive thing. So if they didn't have the little slash through the shield, that means they weren't indomitable, and that would mean if they were given a second action, they would have to take 1 unavoidable damage for pushing themselves. Wonder Woman 80th came out in 2020 when they revamped the rules, and I think for the most part, it's just nice to know that every character can have 2 actions. But obviously, when they legacy some figures, you can totally tell they were meant to be pushed. So, just a fun little HeroClix lore.
Turn.
So, because I have dual repulsors and I can target 2 people, I'm gonna point a repulsor at each one of these guys, and I'm gonna fire at each of them.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Well, he can target 2 people, right?
Okay.
He's got
Yep.
2 lightning
Yeah,
bolts.
that's-
Yep, 2 lightning bolts means you
Repulse
target 2
them,
people. Something to note, that if you do target using the lightning bolts, you have to divide your damage. And then specifically in the rules, if you do something where you attack multiple people without using the lightning bolts. Because it just says target all characters or something like that, and it's not using the lightning bolts. That means that you do not have to split damage. It's a really weird rule. It doesn't come up super often.
Iron Man.
Aha! 10!
Really?
Yeah?
You want a probability control?
10, and he rolled doubles, which means doubles means you get to do knockback. So knockback damage is they would get moved 3 squares away in whatever direction the character attacking is, the opposite way. And if they were to run into a wall, fall down an elevation, they would take 1 damage. It can't be reduced. But yeah, knockback. It's fun. It actually gets around a lot of figures really well.
All right, Happy's gonna move. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, come help me.
5, 6, 7. I'm coming to help.
Okay, sorry. Just being nitpicky here. That's what I do. That's the whole point of this video, right? I gotta be nitpicky. So when you walk past an opposing character, unless they specifically have an ability that says so, you have to stop your movement because you're like engaged with them. Another way of saying this is you base them. It's a really good. It's actually a term that's used and a strategy you can do. If there's a character that you do not want getting into the fray, you could put one of your weaker characters or one of your more defensive characters in front of that character. If they don't have any improved movement or any way of getting around it, they are based and they are locked into that scenario until they either roll to break away or they KO the character or some type of ability allows them to move away from them. So in that specific scenario, she could have just walked around that character. There was a definitely clear path of her being able to walk around. Just saying though, in general, unless you have an ability that says so or improved movement ability, you can't just walk past somebody that's opposing character. Friendly characters, you can walk through their squares and walk by them all day. Opposing characters, you have to stop your movement.
Yeah!
Yeah, don't you worry.
Through the battlefield.
I got you, boss.
Yeah.
What happens is while this fight is happening, a portal, you see a portal open up right here.
I don't see it.
We see it in post. Has a portal.
Oh, that looks cool now.
And then
Ooh.
through it comes...
Oh. Well, this sucks.
Ooh.
Beowulf.
I'm getting like triple teamed over here, guys.
That you are.
That's the wolf from
Fenris
Thor Ragnarok.
See,
Fenris wolf. That looks like an older figure. Definitely, you can tell by the peanut style base.
Feeling a little inadequate right now as the furry creature.
Let's attack.
so 18. Does that hit your defenses?
It does. Unless I probability control, reroll it.
Really?
Cool.
Why'd you get that Iron Man?
That's my boss.
9.
All right, how many clicks do I take?
Wait, hold on. So I have Blade's Claw's Fangs. So I roll for my damage.
Yep.
4.
Only on close
4
attacks.
damage.
Fine, but I still have impervious, prevent 2 damage, but roll a d6 on a 5 or 6, prevent all damage.
1.
Ah, 3.
Did you hurt
Alright.
yourself?
Jinx me.
All right.
Pretty good.
seem to be a little
Pretty good
surprised.
damage.
Yeah, can somebody please come help me?
I'm coming.
All right. Shooting my ant gun at you.
What?
No, you can't shoot your ant gun at me. I fell off. You die.
Oh, table prob. Sorry. If you roll dice on a table and one dice falls off the table, you have to re-roll both of them. That's just, it's not like an actual rule in the game. It's just kind of like a colloquial rule that we all do in the game. Like we just call it table prob because you have to re-roll the dice and probability control. It's a funny joke. I promise it's a funny joke.
What? Crit?
So I go to shoot my ant gun, and ants just run down.
Move, attack, then finish your movement speed. So I can move, attack, and then finish my movement. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I'll shoot him.
Oh man, the Mancala beads, bro. The Mancala beads, or whatever they're called, those rocks, the Mancala rocks, bro. We used to use those all the times for action tokens and action counters now. We use like poker chips now, putting them underneath it. But yeah, that's kind of the better way to do it because that way you're not like clogging up the map. You could just put it right underneath them and it fits like perfectly right underneath them. I know some people who still use pennies though. So the Mancala rocks, that's a classic right there.
Oh, actually, I have 2. I can target 2 people, so I'll shoot.
Fenrir and.
Well, this guy's already hurt. I'll
You
shoot
know,
these
I'm thinking
2.
another portal's gonna open up around you.
I'll shoot these. I'm gonna shoot these 2. I rolled a 7.
Wait, how
So
much damage?
7 plus 10, 17.
All right, you do 3 damage to him. You've killed
Good damage.
Iron Man.
All right, they got the first KO. KO. Not killed. You don't kill people in this game. But we still say it. I still say it all the time. I slip up. Just KO. It's a KO. This is me being nitpicky, man. I gotta do something. I gotta make sure I'm hitting that quota, that reaction quota.
Nothing happened outside of his own death.
Yeah, so it's your turn.
You can go.
Oh, it's my turn.
Go, Happy.
Okay, so I got 7 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna grab it.
Happy Hogan gets the gem?
I got the gem.
It is
Wait.
an infinity stone, correct?
So, Mari, you have found an Infinity Stone. More
Happy Hogan is
specifically,
These are the old
relevant
Infinity
again.
Stones. These aren't the new ones. The new ones are
Happy Hogan is
crazy.
holding on to the Power Stone. This is starting to backfire
New
a little
relative
bit.
to like the 18, 19 ish, the Black Panther Illuminati.
Kill
Those
him
are
since
crazy.
he's
He's
just a
got a
human.
special case for it.
While you guys are fighting, you notice that the
Box
sky
shows
starts to, the magical box shows up. The sky turns a little red,
Uh-oh, it's nervous.
and then a giant blue portal opens up
No!
over here.
Get outta
Whoa,
here.
special effects. So my actual profession is a videographer and I'm like social marketing and stuff like that, but I like have a lot of, you know what, we're gonna cut that. It
Red
doesn't
face
matter.
versus blue face!
Red Skull shows up, and out in the distance, on a
Whoa,
park.
Red
whoa,
Skull.
whoa! Stop, drop, and roll!
Oh
no.
my gosh,
Just refill.
timber.
I love how Joven is basically wielding the Tesseract.
Blades, claws, fangs.
No, wait, probability control.
No, you don't have that anymore.
6.
Oh wait, yeah, you're
For
right.
6 damage.
That's a lot of
Ooh,
damage.
roll a 6.
That's
Holy
a lot of
smokes.
damage.
Few lives. But my defense right now is pink, invincible, reduce damage taken by 2, can reduce penetrating damage to 3. I am still alive.
Yes.
That means Happy lives another turn.
Zemo
Yeah,
is
Iron's
fire
pretty
at that-
deep. Also, he has a Heroclix ring. He doesn't really need it because those are for the older figures. The newer figures that he's using right now with like the Oreo-looking bases, the really thick bases, stuff like. Sorry, so like. Oh shoot! These bases right here is what they're playing with. These are like the newer bases. This is the wall from Spider-Verse that just came out recently. So these are like the older. These are like the newer style bases. These are the ones that like most people are like familiar with in general. Stuff here. You can see it's a little bit more flatter, but it still has like these edges that you can turn and stuff like that. A little bit harder to turn in general. But so that's the second style. I can't find it, but there's an older style that like you literally had to put your thumbs underneath it and turn it like this. So that ring was really helped because you could just snap it on and just go twist, and it was way better. So, so that ring actually works for that. You don't have to do that, but I mean I get what he's doing. That was a lot of
Just a
explanation for
surprise to
something.
you
I
guys.
don't like this at all.
Alright, I'm just gonna attack him. I'm just gonna repulsor blast this wolf in the face.
Okay.
Kill me, I dare. Oh! Oh!
Critical hit.
sixes!
Oh! Nat 12!
Damage. So when you do a critical hit, your damage is increased by +1 to each hit target,
Nat 12!
which would be just 1 here.
All right. How much
Yay!
damage did you do?
You shot that puppy.
What? Yeah.
You shot a dog, dude.
Portal's open. PETA rushes through. I do 3 damage.
And now, Red Skull is going to punch.
Dude, so if I'm playing board games, I play a lot of board games with my wife, and I see this dude right here on his phone consistently when I'm talking to him and stuff like that, drives me nuts. In the game of Heroclix, you can't have your phone out at all during the game when you're playing like in an actual organized tournament. But me personally, this drives me nuts. So this would be driving me nuts right now.
All right, Fenris Wolf attacking
Maybe that was
Iron
called
Man.
deceptively
Blades,
adorable.
claws, flangs.
Blue flang, 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 flang.
I've hit you
Bing,
for
bang, boom.
5 damage.
Alright.
Oh boy, stay
Wait, do you have
alive.
impervious?
No,
armor?
I just have regeneration.
Okay, he's on his last.
Ring of
He's
power.
gonna get KO'd
One.
here.
I killed Iron Man.
He's been KO'd by a giant wolf!
And that is my turn.
But now you're in trouble. I smell chimichangas. Deadpool!
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. You think your measly Deadpool can save you?
All right, well, that was a lot of fun to talk about. I had a lot of fun doing this. Let me know if you want me to do it again. There are technically 2 more videos in this series. There's this one, then there's the next one, and then there's the finale. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Let me know if you guys like this or not. I think it's really cool to look at how other people play this game. And we'll see you next time when we talk about all things Heroclix.